Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the reigning Super Bowl champs coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. First of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the 1 touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, now he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down. This a give to Mack running to the right. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the Chiefs are going to get it. I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. On the give, this is Mack. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one a first down. First carried out for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bailey. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Seibert's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And you have to figure that this is a confident quarterback who gets the start here. Coming off of a victory in round 1, team doesn't have to travel. They get another home game here in the divisional round. And I know it sounds cliche, but playing at home, huge for a quarterback, huge for his team. They want to take advantage of it.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Clock running here. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They got 29 yards that time. After 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Now here's Mahomes. That's complete to Ward. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 9. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. Able to fight through one tackle. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says we're going for it on 4th down. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Room here to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the New England Patriots doing battle with the Cleveland Browns. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did, and that should set them up well for the second half to come. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
But I think the key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. Powers through. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
first and 10. It's Edwards-Helaire with it. Breaks the tackle now with Alley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the return will stop right around the 25. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Well, Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a first and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 22, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. That's Ward, complete right side. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. A first down carry for Henry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on first and 10. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
73 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Now a toss left side for Edwards-Helaire. First down and more for Edwards-Helaire. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
That throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to send this one deep right side.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
The stretch to right there turned it into a really nice game.
And here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Bailey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time, but now it's third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Nick Bolton.
And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Throwing is Mahomes on third. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. On the give, this is their fullback. And that won't help much. Only a yard on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.